she's still very young. She still doesn't understand, or she can't alienate me as a mother and me as an actor. So if she sees me slightly upset in the film, she just starts crying. She can't see me in pain. He was one of the first people to tell me that this film will definitely find an audience because it's a very, very good film. According to him, it was the film of the year for him. I am not different from my audiences. I am raised in India. I am an Indian girl. I am a mother today. There was no reason why people would not connect the way I connected to the story.
Rani, thank you so much for being on ETimes again. Well, I have seen your movie Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway at the screening, and trust me, I took my wife a few days later and told her that you must see this film, and she loved it.
That's amazing. I'm so happy and so glad that you could see the film.
Well,
in the theatre.
Yes. So, what was the initial feeling when the numbers started trickling in and the response was positive?
It was a sense of huge relief because, as you know, being in the industry, there has been so much skepticism and cynicism about content-driven films not working at the box office post-pandemic. So there was always a question mark that whether people would really sample the film or not. The fact that people gave this film a chance and they came to sample the film in itself was a huge victory for us.
You know, I read that you mentioned in one of your interviews that people advised you that take this film on OTT.
Right.
So, what was that hunch you had, which kept you going, no? Because I guess it was your decision that we'll go on the big screen.
Right from the onset of this film, I was very clear that this is a story that needed to be told, and I always wanted it to be a theatrical film. And to the producer's credit, they also stuck by my belief. They also had immense faith in the film, that the film should be theatrical. Whether it was Z or it was MA Films, they both were under the impression that this is definitely, we will stick by the fact that it will be a theatrical film. Then of course, when the release started to near, everybody started to get more skeptical because of the other films that were not faring really well.
Yeah.
Where the big films were also not working. So where did a film like ours stand a chance? So it was always a question, and a lot of times, a lot of well-wishers, not with any malice or any negativity, like only for the good, with a lot of good intention, people kind of suggested and kind of gave us suggestions that, we must look for it to be on OTT. But somewhere I think there was a gut feeling, there was always that inner belief that, we should let this film be sampled by an audience because a good film will always find its audience, and with that belief we went forward. Because the impact it had on me, the story, I truly believe that if it could have had impact on me, definitely it would have had an impact on people as well, because I am not different from my audiences. I am raised in India. I am an Indian girl. I am a mother today. So there was no reason why people would not connect the way I connected to the story.
But trust me, it has worked. Yes, the story is strong. But when I saw the film, and twice, I repeat, I think it has worked largely because of you. Your acting abilities, the way you emote. Right from that car scene where you bang the door and, you fall on the ground subsequently. I think it has largely worked for you.
Wow.
For you means, I mean to say because of you.
Thank you, Vicky. That's very kind of you. But I always feel that it's always the subject, the film in totality that makes you like me on screen. So I can't on my own be able to make you connect to me if I don't have the able support of my co-stars. I don't have a good script that I'm working on, and the background music, the editing, so everything comes together when and makes a film special. So I think we actors will be delusional to think that things work because of us. It's never us. It's always a whole gamut of people that come together to make a film work, and then we have to do our job correctly to be able to give life and credibility to that character.
So fearless choice again. I mean, if you see your past few films, but what I also notice is that Rani is not counting numbers beforehand and saying कि मैं ये picture करूँगी. You know, you have a certain vision when you sign a film.
Right.
Okay, this movie is mounted on so much of canvas and इतने numbers होंगे. Did you ever have that, and has it changed now?
So, Vicky, I've actually not really gone into the thought process of numbers, though
Ever?
I'm married to a producer.
Yeah.
But no, because when I came into the industry and the kind of love and acceptance I got from an audience, at that point of time, nobody knew the numbers. It was either it was a hit film or a flop film or a blockbuster film, or it was mostly that. Numbers that people have started to talk today have come very recently in the last 10 or 12 years. You know, who knew numbers? Today, everybody knows this film has done so much, this film was made at so much. First, it was always about whether the film has been accepted or not. You know, it was as simple as that.
Yeah.
And I think life was better and smoother.
Yeah.
Now it's like, even if the film is a success, people are also rating the success as, is it a great success or not a success, with single numbers.
Yeah, with numbers only,
You know,
actually.
and with numbers only, and that is the sad part, because every film comes at its different cost. Every film comes with its different numbers for it to make, for it to be a success for a producer, and every film has its capacity. So yeah, today I think everything is about numbers, and it's okay. You know, we have to live with what is happening. We can't live in an era which we are not living anymore. So we have to go with the times. But as an artist, I always choose to do work in films where I'm able to connect with the character, I'm able to connect with the story, and I truly believe in my heart that this is the story that I need the people to know.
Life was simpler, and there was this element of mystique about actors.
Yes.
About stars like you and the people who worked with you.
Right.
I mean, whether it was a heroine or a hero. But that mystique is gone today, absolutely. And why?
I don't know. Maybe because of the social media influx.
I mean, the actor is on the phone
Right.
and there's so much of exposure. Is it that
Maybe.
what you're saying?
Maybe. It could be that.
So,
I don't know, because I'm not on social media,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
how do you correct that? I mean, as a senior actress, what would be your take on that, or what would be your advice on that? How do you correct it? Because
See,
there is
actually,
no element
I
of
don't give
mystique.
advice, because I don't think anybody requires my advice or anybody needs my advice. But if I have to completely talk about myself, I like to live a little simple life, live a life where I'm connected to my work to the extent that I'm working hard for my fans, and I'm delivering movies for them because they want to sample my films. They are really not interested in what I'm doing apart from my films. That's what my belief is. And the rest of my time is for my family, for my daughter, because that's the balance I need to keep. You know, and that's what I've tried to do in my entire career, and I'd like to stick by it. You know, I actually try and focus on my area of work and my life and my thing. I'm trying to just make that work. So somebody else's life, actually, I wouldn't really interfere or try to comment, because for me, my life is important. And my career is important because I've given too many years to it. This is a place that has given me my name, my fame. People know me around the world because of the work that I do in the Indian film industry. And this is something that I take as a matter of pride, that I'm associated with this industry. And it's a place where I've been able to, touch base with my artistic side. If I was not an actor, I wouldn't know that I would be able to do something like this. So for me, I've always seen the positives, and I've tried to keep that relevant in my life.
Name and fame, but Rani, please add respect and dignity to that also.
Yes.
You have earned that.
Thank you.
And you have maintained that.
Thank you. Thank you. That is also one of the most important things for me, because very earlier on, I think my father's advice was very important in my life, that don't get overexcited with success and don't get very disillusioned with failure, because these two things are going to be part of your journey, and you have to combat that with equal respect and dignity all the time.
Did Adira see the film? She was
No.
there on the shoot.
She was there on the shoot, but she's not seen the film. She's still very young. She still doesn't understand, or she can't alienate me as a mother and me as an actor, you know. So if she sees me slightly upset in the film, she just starts crying. She can't see me in pain.
What was Adi sir's reaction when he saw the film?
He was so happy and very pleasantly surprised. And he was one of the first people to tell me that this film will definitely find an audience because it's a very, very good film. According to him, it was the film of the year for him. And he's the producer of Pathaan.
You know, I am tempted to ask you, doesn't he want to direct you in a film?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he has any such interest.
Such a brilliant performance.
Yeah, but I think he gets to see my histrionics at home also every day. So I don't think he's very enamored by it.
You know, it's such
So as you say, no, the mystique, I don't think there is a mystique for him.
for him, there's no mistake. Ghar par hi hai.
Gee, so that's a jeeta jagta social media, no, for him.
Yeah, fearless choices, you know, but I have no words of praise for this role which you have done. Trust me.
Thank you, Vicky.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
And
coming from you is really appreciated because you never mince your words. So I'm really happy.
thank you, Rani. Thank you so much.